Morning, folks. Ellie got hurt a few days ago. She was running around in the feedlot, made a yip, had a big gash on her front left paw. So on Saturday, I took her to the vet, got an x-ray, and she had a broken, I don't know, we'll call it finger. Unfortunately, we got to go in this morning and get it taken care of. Ellie here, there's 3 things she doesn't like. Rides in a vehicle, crime, and people she doesn't know. And unfortunately, when you go to the vet, you got to get in a vehicle and go see people you don't know. Gave her some anti-anxiety meds. We're going to load her up here in a bit, and she's going to get a finger amputated. That's it. Decent. I had to borrow this collar from my brother. Because you're a farm dog, you don't wear collars. So when we were talking about options, really our 2 main options were put a pin in her finger or her toe or whatever, and it was a 2 to 3 month recovery, and that would have been hard for a dog when you can't really tell them, hey, you gotta lay low for 2 to 3 months. So it made most sense. It's broke right about here. They're just gonna cut that off and bandage it up, and it's just a 2-week recovery. That's way better for her. Leaving my little baby with strangers. She just got poked in the butt. She'll be sleeping in a little bit. We're gonna haul manure. They said this will take a few hours. So we're gonna hop in 3 feedlots. Dad piled some manure up a few days ago before it froze hard. So there's the pile. He piled up. He's having a hard time digging in. It froze solid. But we're gonna box scrape all these pens again, just smooth it out, make it easier for the cattle to walk, and pick up some piles of manure. If we can get Doug in. He's getting a pretty good run at her here. We might have an issue today with all these frozen chumps, especially big ones like that. Hopefully we get things flowing through the vertical beaters on the back. do want to clear something up. For the last month or so, a lot of questions people have been asking, where's Ellie? Is she okay? And up until about 4 days ago, the answer was yes. She just likes hanging out in the garage. You know, the new tiny dog, he's got so much energy. Ellie doesn't want to be around that all day. And honestly, you let Ellie out in the morning, she goes to the bathroom, maybe runs around for a bit, and then she sticks her nose in the corner of the door. She wants to be let in, and so she really enjoys being in the garage. She's been perfectly healthy. She's been good up until 4 days ago. She was out in the feedlot, just moved some cattle around, and all of a sudden she yipped, and she was really close to a calf, and we kind of think the calf stepped on her paw. She had a big gash on the top of the foot, and yeah, like I said earlier, we took her to the vet. She's got a broken bone, and they're just going to amputate the half of her toe or her finger bone, whatever you want to call it, and hopefully in 2 weeks she's going to be as good as new. How'd we do? Yeah, these are what I'm worried about a little bit. I mean, I'm not too worried. Like, a couple may break off, and then they just rotate on this back bolt. This top one, the front one will shear, and that one needs tightened. But yeah, we'll be all right as long as everything gets through. That's a beautiful looking pen. These are some of the best pen conditions we've had in a while. You know, it's the time of the year we don't have dust. Things are frozen solid. It seems so often we get that first snow when the ground's still thawed and it just becomes a muddy mess. Things are pretty nice right now. Full water tank. They really get chucked a fair distance when they're frozen solid. You got about 100-foot spread, it seems like. Would you rather have your finger amputated or your toe? And we'll say middle finger and middle toe.
Toe. I need a finger.
See, what Ellie's got going against her, she already doesn't have a thumb, and now she's gonna have one less finger.
I don't think she has any fingers.
She don't got no finger?
No finger.
When you look at the x-ray, it seems like she's got fingers.
She's gonna have one less here shortly, I guess.
Yep. Hey, this is Sonny giving you a call back. Okay. That's the vet. Ellie might be ready. They said Ellie's doing good, just kind of slowly waking up. They'd like me to come at about 1:30 to pick her up. Make sure there's no one coming down this road. I'm sure I could hit them with a chunk. Then we'd have a lawsuit. Since when did we get a cat? Well, I'll have enough time to get loaded up, grab a factor meal, get some lunch, and then I gotta haul that water, and then we'll go pick up our doggie and see how she's doing. That is a beautiful, flat, dry feedlot with a nice set of calves in it too. Valve is froze up. Let's go get our doggie. Oh, she got the cone. You got a cone, you poor thing. Let's get you home. It's gonna be a tough 2 weeks. It's a weird way to lay there. You poor thing. Oh, there you are. Hey, honey. So they said cone's got to stay on for 2 weeks. If we take her outside, I'm going to put a rubber glove on that because we don't want the bandage getting wet. Bandage comes off in about 4 days. Do you get AM and FM with that? Dad is working on box scraping the last pen that we need to do. Alright, I'm looking for one of you that stepped on my dog. I got a bone to pick with you. That's about the best that pen has looked in a long time. How are you? You doing okay? So Dad pulled that bunk away. We had to reset it and clean up around it. So I cleaned up, and this is our last pile right here. It's a pretty sizable one. I don't think, well, we're starting with a half full spreader, so I don't think we're gonna clean this up. We'll have to come back one more time. Ellie looks a little sleepy and out of it. They said for the next 24 to 48 hours she's gonna be a little tired, a little not herself, which is good, because we kind of wanted to lay low and not walk around. Just feel bad for the poor thing, but you know, I think about my 3 knee surgeries. They're all worse than what she's going through, but she doesn't understand it, you know. She probably thinks she's being punished, and that just breaks my heart. She's a good puppy. Well, since we got all the manure hauled, tomorrow I got 5,000 bushels that I could haul to the ethanol plant. I'm gonna be pulling it out of that 10,000 bushel silo. If you remember this summer, fall, I put a new door on it, so we're gonna try that out. Hopefully it works. But we got a flat tire on here, so I picked that up, and let's see if we can pump it. Alright folks, that's it for today. Gonna check on my baby girl again. I'm sure a lot of you have said some nice things and prayed, maybe even prayed for her, and I just appreciate your support. Should just be a little 2-week thing. It's gonna not be fun with that cone, but I think we'll get through it. Thank you, love to see you next time. Have a good one. You're doing better than old Yeller, I tell ya. She's still loopy.